Yeah. Like Aaron said as well. We try to jump from game to game as quickly as possible. So it's just, you know... Usually that time restriction comes down to how quickly I press the buttons and how quickly I, you know, get the map hosted and stuff like that. So we do try to keep things flowing. Especially in these events where there's like... you know, it's not just us playing this best of 5, but there's other best of 5 as well going on between Björn and Rogue right now on the Alpha X and Inu channel. So yeah, just in case these matches take a lot longer, we don't want it to take even longer because I was a fool, and you know, I dilly-daddled on the time when I shouldn't have. Little probe runs of, seeing what he can, and natural base being taken by Solar. Couldn't quite get there. You subscribe first, then I'll consider it. we'll consider it then. I think you underestimate the effort it does take to have those types of things set up and maintained, though. And then also the extent to how much these events really make. This is peanuts. Peanuts for these parties involved. Well, it's a bit of side cash, right? A bit of practice when you're getting a small bit of cash for it as well. The players do, anyway. Some drunk Canadian very, very graciously did offer to pay me a nice amount as well for this stream, so... You know, that's very nice of him. $420 APM. Oh, boys. We're going to be on 420 over here as well pretty soon. 420 all around. It's going to be some high Dutch guy channel rather than the some drunk Canadian. No, I'm Dutch. I'm a Dutchy boy. Just standing in for Mr. Canada. There's quite a couple of Zerglings here, kind of in the weights. I wonder if they'll attempt the natural base or the third base. Looking like the natural base would be the obvious choice. But nope. Panic ensues. F2 perhaps being utilized for the army key. Trying to get all his Zerglings back as he realizes, oh boy, it's not just oracles that are here. There's 4 adepts as well. Those 4 adepts are keen to get themselves some drone kills right here. Even the Zerglings themselves with a reasonable surround are not going to be enough. You do require your queen's assistance here. A little bit of mismanagement on those adepts, though, does get them killed. The oracles are out of there, and only 2 drones were managed to, well, get slaughtered. Link and +1 on the production tab. Another attack will ensue most likely at around the time when this 4th base finishes up. How many sentries are we on? We got the 2 sentries over here. Are there any more? No. That has me a bit worried. The blink attack does require having a couple of those sentries there with a bit of energy, so you can slightly abuse that that timing window before too many Ravagers are around. Interesting. Overlord drop. It's going to be arriving at an unfortunate time here for Classic. To be fair, he doesn't have anything to warp in aggressively, so I imagine there will be a warp in available here. There we go, warps in the Stalker. Blink not quite ready, so loses that first initial Stalker quite quickly. And he's... oh, wow, there's one Zergling drop, bringing everything back. Solar may have not been entirely ready for the attack if it did commence. Now the Zerglings are dealt with. The army realizes, oh, we weren't necessary here. Alright, well, let's go back across the map then, I guess. Is that his plan? Is that his plan? You probably feel like you have to, right? Not much else has happened. Oh, wait, move back, boys. There was the one Zergling here. Oh, more Zerglings. Now Solar's getting a bit angsty. Wants to go for the aggression himself, bringing in a lot of Roaches and Ravagers. It's like, if you're not gonna attack me, I made all these units, so I guess I'll just attack you right now. Oh dear. Oh dear, that is a terrifying amount of Zerg. Losing an Oracle as well, almost losing two of them. Protoss can do some magic tricks, of course, with those sentries. But they're gonna have to be pretty extraordinary magic tricks right now. In come the Zerg. Whilst hitting mostly the infrastructure right now, the static defenses and such. Solar doesn't seem all too bothered with trying to get his full attention of the army on top of the Protoss army here. Just kind of backing up as much as possible. Trying to get the bigger Convex for him. Concave, sorry. Concave. Whereas Classic is being kind of funneled between the Nexus and the Dead Space over on the right side. Now there we are, Classic. I think he's gonna be okay. The Blink Micro has been pretty good. We'll start losing a couple of probes. 42 army supply though. Has to go forwards quite aggressively here. I'm not entirely certain. No, he won't be okay. He won't be okay. We had some hope for a moment, but he went back in, trying to keep that base alive, to have a better kind of potential later down the line, but it just wasn't really there in the cards. Okay, he wants this Adept to hit the third base, or at least with the shade, right? So we can see whether or not it's here. Sees that it isn't. Now he hasn't checked this base, he's checked this base. Okay, there it is. Alright. He can see it now. He kept his head cool as well. He's like, well, there must be a third base somewhere, right? There's no way you're two-basing me. Which may have happened to him on this map before. Which might be a reason why there's a pylon over here, actually, as well. Because I'm pretty certain, when I was talking earlier, when we saw Rogue play with the Nidus Worm on this map, I think it was versus Classic, where... Or maybe it was versus Nice. I think it was Nice. Yeah, Nice. He got Nidus in this place, right here. Off of 2 base. From Rogue. And yeah, that pylon right there would have been a great visionary tool to see that Overlords come in to try and get some vision there. Oh. Bloody Zerglings. Bloody Only the single Oracle. Then straight back into the Blink +1. So that does seem to be the strat here once again. Didn't go as swimmingly the previous time around, but this time, you know, he has a bit of a commitment onto multiple oracles, right? Only the one oracle been built here this game around, so didn't make the adept attack either. So hopefully that will work out a bit better for him. Should be arriving with a lot more oomph. As well as... well, hopefully he doesn't get run by Lings once again. You know, that Overlord drop, as sick as it was, probably shouldn't have bought Solar as much time as it did. Then again, maybe Classic never really intended to go for a full-on fight in that situation because of those Oracles and Adepts earlier on not doing as much damage, right? That could be the case as well. So maybe it wasn't necessarily the Zergling run-by that made the units run backwards, but more so just Classic not really sure that he should attack in the first place. This time around, though, definitely should go for this attack. There's not a lot of units here quite yet for either of them, but with a good set of force fields, Classic might be able to make this battle go his way. Gotta be careful, though. There is more and more Zerglings coming up, and they'll be able to go around these ramps and into the different alleyways quite quickly, finding themselves on the ass crack of these Stalkers and the Sentries. Yes, crack. Oh. Oh. There's another Zergling run by. And it is once again casting all these Stalkers to run back, but he kills off a lot of them. Now, normally you do want to kill off the 4th base with this push, so him not being able to do that, him not even really being able to get into a fight, it does seem a little concerning, doesn't it? Moving back again. I mean, at this point, you're just kind of looking for your next opportunity already, right? You're not anticipating this to do too much anymore. Especially with just the 2 sentries here. Yeah, they've got a lot of energy, but most of that energy is gone now because you got caught out of position and you were on creep. Losing 8 probes there as well, probably because of banelings. Seeing how quickly they vaporized. This is a rough spot for Classic, I would say. Losing those workers, never finding a fight. Now still just kind of stuck on, well, I suppose it is 4 bases. Not going for all the gas just quite yet either, so committed to the Gateway Army. For the time being, we'll have to keep our eye out for more assimilators being built. Once that happens, we may get to see like a Skytoss transition or something of the likes. But until then, this is what we have. This is what Classic has to play with. A horde of Stalkers. Some Zealots with charge now also. That is going to help out. +2 attack. +1 armor. This is just a +1/+1 from the Zerg. Ooh. Oh, that is disgusting. That's quite a couple of Zealots just running into the Banelings head first. Getting killed off, and then still enough Banelings remain to be a severe threat to the probe line. As Solar just has more Banelings now back at home. Never stop making them Banelings. Alright, double-pronged attack. He's trying to do his best against those banelings, but they are kind of running in on this side now. Nice stasis. Is that going to be enough to make some area for plays here? Left side was looking pretty flimsy for the time being. But Classic is returning to a more passive stature right now. Okay, no, never mind. In he comes again. Needs to avoid those banelings with the zealots. Don't want to be bulked up too much. Target it down. I'm not a big fan of this. Eesh. Just doesn't really seem to be able to get to trade efficiently against those zealots. Now he's starting to spread out. It's not what the Protoss do normally. It's more of a Terran thing, but hey, you want to play the Gateway Army, then this is a big part of it. Nice around with those zealots, though. Keeping them secret, keeping them safe. The other stocks from the other side of the map also coming in to try and help out this area here. Oracles want to see those lasers start popping as soon as possible here. And he wants to start targeting down the Ravagers, which makes sense. That does make sense. Vile's incredibly dangerous. You just get surrounded by a bunch of lings, and then that ain't the worst. The worst bit is the Vile's landing without you having a place to go. Link Stalkers are, you know, a bit of a solution to that problem, to be fair. As Classic? Is he starting to break through here? He broke through the right side with another wave of zealots. That is something. Getting a couple of drone kills right there, but again, just missing a slight bit of force. And as we are seeing this kind of conclude now, I just have to wonder how this would have gone if we did have a quicker warp in place here a little bit sooner. When that is a bit closer, he's still using the one further back because that one does have the gateways in the nexus, so it's a quick warp in rather than a slow warp in. As more banelings will be coming in. Hydralisk a part of this composition now as well, so a lot of damage against those Stalkers will be applied. Up until the point where they finally managed to break through to the Hydra back rank and start dealing with those units. Which is going to be a while. Still a lot of Ravagers, Hydralisk, Zerglings. Attempting to get closer to the Stalkers, help the situation out. No shield batteries, no cannons. Probes are going to have to be pulled because of this. But I don't think we're gonna have a return to power here from Classic this time around. It'll just slowly, you know, slowly dwindle out here. That's a word. That's an English word. I've learned some of them. Some have stuck around my head as well. And I managed to use now and again. This game's pretty over though. 60 supply ahead for Solar. None of it is in one type of supply. It's kind of spread out over the workers and the army supply, but I mean, look at how much damage Classic is taking here. And another big thing is that Solar had just been waypointing units into the Protoss bases here for all this entire time. So he thought as well, yeah, I'm just going to kill you now, ain't I? It could be having to do with the bottom left side base as well. There's still money coming in from the bottom left side, and Solar just doesn't know about it. If he did know about it, like 5 Zerglings would have cleaned that entire base up, right? That would have stopped mining here, 5 Zerglings. So it probably would have been something he looked to try and get done. Got himself adrenal glands now also, so maybe 3 Zerglings would have been enough. With a bit of micro. Well, I guess you don't want a micro, so 5 Zerglings it is. And then you want to be certain, so you send 8 Zerglings. And then, you know, you're thinking to yourself, but what if there's that, like, one adept between a mineral patch and stuff? So you send 12 Zerglings, right? Then you think, but what if there's a shield battery there protecting the adept? So you send, you know, you send 16 Zerglings. And then you realize, oh, he could still warp in units there as well, right? So we probably want to have some banelings with this. So you send, you send your entire army, is what it comes down to in the end of that entire spiel. Classic is starting to bite back a little bit here. 9 workers killed with the oracles. This economy a bit in shambles, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be eventually. Still kind of getting mauled by the Zergling Baneling army here. The highly upgraded Zergling Baneling army. The Banelings are waiting for their shot at glory, which is coming in right here. Hello, Zealots. And goodbye, Zealots. GG. GG. 2-0. Alright, 2 points up, Mr. Solar from Kaizi. 2 points down, Mr. Classic. The Protoss in the bottom left side. It's funny to me that the Stalker heavy play that he's doing right now already was being attempted by Astrea, a former teammate of his, quite a while ago, right? And it's something that Astrea has been trying to steer away from, trying to get more in line with the regular meta. And now the meta is seemingly swifting more so towards gateway heavy style, so yeah. Well, hello. Solar realizing the time, I guess. It's like, oh no, Bjorn and I gotta play a match in 15 minutes. I'm not sure if we'll make that, seeing how we still have this best of 5, as well as another best of 5 afterwards. Yeah. He's gonna have to play against... Who's he gonna have to play against? We got Solar versus Bjorn maybe after this, right? Do we? Or Classic versus Bjorn? I think we got Classic versus Bjorn. Solar's gonna have to play... No, wait. Let me double check that. Yeah, we got Solar versus Bjorn, and Rogue versus Classic will be happening on the other channel. That's right. There we go. So, chaos ensues. Solar, you know, he sees the map name, Tropical Sacrifice, and he realizes what has to be done. He sends a drone, a sacrificial drone, and he sacrifices a hatchery here. I imagine if you don't know StarCraft 2 and you're unfamiliar to StarCraft 2, this feels like, you know, if you're playing a shooter game and someone starts emoting you mid-shooting, right? They start emoting and then still kill you. Like one of those moves, right? But it's not. I assure you it is not. This is an extremely annoying kind of situation for the Protoss, where they would have wanted this Nexus down here for a very long time. And now they're having to spend all these resources for the Zealots and all that sort of stuff to try and get this hatchery knocked out. Otherwise, units will be starting to spawn here. It just makes the situation ever so much worse. Has to be careful not to lose Zealots against the... Okay. The Broodlings trying to get a good surround going, but can't quite manage. Yeah, now we have the Nexus of Classic on the outside. A third base Nexus that is not protected by walls. And thus we see Solar immediately jumping on that opportunity and making a bunch of tiny little melee Zergling boys ready to start a killing of that the third base location. Classic starting to be aggressive with the 2 Zealots and the Adept. I wonder if that is going to be something that he'll regret later down the line. The Adept is starting to get a lot of value here, though, to be fair. The Zealots, a little bit less so. Cancelling the Shade. More and more Zerglings are on the way. That speed upgrade, really important for that to finish up as quickly as possible. The Adept, how many kills? 7 kills on that Adept. Pretty darn solid. I mean, he managed to get 14 shots. 14 shots on Zerglings. That is nice. That is very nice. That may just kind of save this third base for him. That, in combination with this Oracle and the Adept there. Imagine if he had 8 more Lings, right? Or 7 more Lings. How many is this? 6, 7, plus 4. 22. 22 in total. Now there's bloody hundreds of them. But it's not gonna get anything done. That's the great thing. Oh, that's unlucky. Circling, getting by. We'll be able to shut up the Adept. Now into the main base. That could still be a problem area here for Classic. But he does have his Oracles nearby. Trying to help out. Has to reduce the probe loss here as much as possible. Losing 4 of them. Might lose 5. No, just 4. It ties up the work account a little bit. Will that be enough? Third base for Classic now being created. Solar did manage to get a third base established on his side of the map a little bit earlier on. Oh, 3 Adepts should be cancelled. Yeah. Just forcing those Zerglings backwards. Okay. Lair, Twilight Council, Blink. Right? It's gonna be Blink again. Could be Charge also. No, it will be Blink. Immediately spotted by the Zerglings. That is a bit of a heart-sinking moment. Oracles. Oracles are finding real damage here, actually. Ooh, more transferring drones. 8, 9. Just sacrifice them if you really want to. Ooh, okay. 11. Some fancy flying right there. Look at the resources lost now from Solar. More than double the minerals. An infinite amount extra gas lost though from Classic. As Solar is still on 0 gas lost. I'm a bit surprised with how well Classic held on to the against the Zergling aggression. I thought with him moving out the Adept and the 2 Zerglings, those units would just get killed. That Nexus would be left there without any protection, pretty much. But great control from those early game gateway units out of Classic, keeping those alive for as long as possible. Killing as many Zerglings as he could as well. Doing a fair job of it. Nice force fields here. Keeping 2 of those roaches at bay and we'll be able to pick them off. Won't be able to do anything against that hatchery, I imagine, but he was a bit early, right, with this attack. Or maybe, well, things are a bit skewed timing-wise right now because of what happened before. It did feel a little bit early to me, because normally you would see the Blink Stalker attack coming in as the 4th base is done. So maybe the 4th base was just a little bit slow there from Solar. Makes sense, seeing how many Zerglings he attempted to make earlier on. 58 of them already have been killed here. So now he's gonna go for another attack with just a big ball of roaches. A real Stefano-esque style. Classic on the opposite side of the map will be trembling in his boots as soon as he realizes. He may have just realized as he's moving backwards with a blaze of desperation here, perhaps a little bit, as he comes in. Those Stalkers arriving. It's just a small first batch of units. Is he going to try surrounding here? Yeah, looks like it. A couple of units coming in from the back. Those sentries are a bit exposed for the Zerg reinforcements, though. Might be easy pickings right there. See if that will occur. And they will be, yeah. That is unfortunate. Roaches on the top side are starting to get cleaned up, though. The roaches on the other side, I imagine, are going to get held as well. As soon as those Stalkers start coming together and helping out here. Still keeping them separated slightly. Very interesting way of approaching this. Maybe he just wants to ensure as many roach kills as possible. Not allow Solar to fall back onto anything. Might be looking for some counter-attack afterwards. Let's see what we're left with. 13 Stalkers, 5 Oracles, and the Void Ray as well. Charges finishing up. Yeah, this could be a nice timing, right? Very well could be. I would love to see him try to make a hit on this base, because it's not too far away from this future warping point. That's almost done. He will be going for the other side, which, well, I guess there's warping points not too far away there either. Feeling the waters. Dipping his toes in first. Checking to see how much do you really have, Solar? What truly do you have available for yourself right now? It doesn't seem like it's too much. It feels playable for the Protoss here to make a push happen. The time is ticking. Zerg supply grows like a Zerg, right? Like field mice, really. Which makes sense because a lot of their units are pretty much field mice. Right, here's the engagement. The Zealots all charging on top of that hatchery. Is going to be a little bit of damage loss. Trying to move backwards, get a re-engage afterwards. Stalkers blinking forwards once again. This is starting to get quite hairy with the amount of Zealots that are there. Yeah, wow. I wasn't expecting that to just get killed so quickly. Right. Top left, a blue boy bounces with the Zerg boys and bells. It is it is Solar. In the bottom right, there resides a red rider of Protoss units. It is Classic. Reluctantly reliving the R-worded matchup. I don't know his views on this matchup actually. I think he's okay with it. Overall, you kind of have to be, right? As a pro player. Then again, which pro player has ever been, you know, absolutely happy, except for, you know, tournament winners. Absolutely happy with the state of balance is what I'm talking about. Okay, next is into the Cyber. The Hot Pursuit Worker Chase. It's moments like those, I wish I had buttons to press to make, like, you know, ramps appear and police cars that are chasing them as well. That all crash without them having to do anything. Just in spectacular effect. I love those shows, man. I like the Blues Brothers and stuff with the police chases, where it's just, oh, wonderful. I wish this was more like that, you know? You just have a Zergling just skid out and then just roll over, explode all of a sudden. Bit of randomness. Be horrible for the esports. I know, I know. Zergling gets in. Gonna have a little look around. Stalker doesn't want to waste too much time with it. Wasn't quite ready inside of that wall either to have things be a bit easier for him there. Then again, most likely not going to be too much of a difference. The Oracle would have been used here anyway, regardless, to spot for the Overlord, right? And only now he starts up the Spore Crawlers. It doesn't change too much for Solar here, except for that he had a bit of peace of mind. And he realized, okay, I can kind of skip out on Zerglings here at the start, so we only have 3 Zerglings rather than 6 or 8, you know, for a potential couple of adepts coming in. Now in game number 1 we did see Classic attempting to kind of abuse that type of thinking that you see from the Zergs now and again, right? By still having, what was it, like 6 or 8 adepts together with the 3 Oracles. But couldn't get much done. Drone transfer. Lucky grab there for the Oracles, getting 3 of them. Was getting a couple more, actually we'll get a couple more. Has to get out though, at some point. Both of them still alive. The Great Wall of Protoss will be able to withstand the 3 to 4 Zerglings. Yeah, no. Five kills. Roach Warren with the lair coming up. Solar has been trying to clear these games a little bit earlier on, right? With a lot of Roach attacks. Might be what's coming in again here in a moment. Do have the 6 gas in total been taken? Is he gonna try to take a 4th base? Yes, he is. Where is it? There it is. In my mind, he would take this base over here, but this base is fine. So another Blink Stalker attack without any sentries this time, mind you. Is that gonna matter for him? Slightly revealing his hand. Still has the 2 Oracles with this as well. Did he lose one of the Oracles? No, he just kind of stuck around on the 2 Oracle. And off he goes. I'm not even sure if you're planning to kill a base with this at this point, right? You might just be... This might just be his way to clean up the creep. Like, the way he's been playing these Blink Stalker attacks, it really does seem like he has no intent at all to kill bases. He just wants the creep. That's all he wants. Cleaning creep. He's a street sweeper. But... a base could be nice. A couple of drones. You're pretty mobile with the Stalkers here, so... any any kind of slow reaction from Solar, you know, you should try to punish. Like this as well, shutting down a couple of extra creep tumors that were just being laid down. Trying to re-establish that carpet of purple. The velvet carpet. Continuing the pressure on this side near the choke. A great way to maintain this foothold and ensure that there's no further creep spread. Lurkers are coming in, and that should put an end to this type of battering through the middle area. Solar, does he have enough units? Lurkers, come on, Lurkers, get in the ground. Stalkers, being blink Stalkers, they should just move to the left right now. I feel like you just, like, go over here. Start the attack there, right away. Go, 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 go. Oh, no, he waits for the Lurkers. The Lurkers are trying to unburrow. They don't have the burrow upgrade, do they? No, sir, no, sir. Trying to get the ranged upgrade first. Excitement. Ooh, a bounty jumps forwards once again on top of those Lurkers. Is he gonna get it? I think so. I think so. Blinking forward a bit aggressively. I'm not sure about that. Will that matter? Needs these 4 Stalkers to participate as well. Boys, come on now. Everyone attention. Oh, he's so close to breaking him. He's so close. But reinforcements trickles in. Solar once again with a little bit of a meat shield. 3 more Lurkers in production. If those finish up once again, kind of classic back where he left off. Meanwhile, he is taking more bases. He is making this quite the series. Goes for a bit more creep. There are the Lurkers here. Almost gets one for free. Now just wants to rotate to the other side once again. Solar already anticipating this. Will be moving to the same place. There we go. Both Lurker upgrades are completed now, so those bad boys are terrifying once more. They are moving across the map. Seeing a Protoss base over there. Doesn't know about the next Protoss base that is already available also. Just gonna go for this Nexus. And this Nexus, just let it die. In fact, recall these probes to another base. He's moving backwards. Oh dear. Solar doesn't want to do the base trade. He is terrified. Okay, no, you know what? I think that is gonna cost him the game. I think this is gonna cost him the game. I'm not sure if he would have won the other way around, but I don't see him winning now anymore. With this move back. Right, this is gonna be so much damage. Losing a base here. Losing 16 drones. Not getting anything done in return. And the Protoss army, you're not gonna catch that with Lurkers, right? Or at least you shouldn't, unless the Protoss tries to make a fight happen and then has a horrible fight, but it doesn't look like that is in the cards for Solar. One more Lurker remains, does get picked off right now. And both of them set up back to a bit of a starting point here. Between 60 and 70 army supply. Yep. Yep. You can't run. You can't run with the Hydras. They're gonna die. GG. GG. Well played. Whenever I see this, I have that song. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Get Him to the Greek. There's that song in there that about Ring Around the Rosie. But then it has a bit of a different different meaning. Ring, 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 ring around my Rosie. Da-da-na-na. Got it. I don't know. I don't know the lyrics that well, but that is always in my head whenever I see those words. It's just kind of rotating around. Stargate once more. Imagine if he doesn't go for Blink Stalkers this round. Imagine. That'd be pretty wild. It'd be pretty crazy. Oh, sees the third, right? He did see the third. Yeah, he did. So we'll follow the Adepts. Oh, goes in. Is that a mistake? Oh, misses the shot right there. Get him, get him, get him. Oh. It's a lot of them. Don't lose it. Don't lose. Oh, he's gonna lose it. No, he doesn't lose it. Oh, poof. 1 HP. 1 HP. What more do you need? 8 HP and, well, the rest will come back. The shield will come back. I like that Solar's still scouting. I would be so lazy in issues right now. I would just be like, alright, I know what you're gonna do. It's the exact same thing you've done the previous 4 games, isn't it? There it is. Twilight Council, Forge, about the same time. Wanna get those 2 upgrades started again. Another thing I think I've seen Classic do a couple of times as well is where instead of Blink Stalkers you get Charge. You bulk up a surprising amount of charge slots, right? You get like 3 warping rounds at home, I believe, of quite a couple of gateways, and then you start going across the map. And if the Zerg doesn't quite know that you're planning so many units to be barging into their domain, it could be quite nasty. Actually, you had 5 drone kills here as well from the Oracles. Sorry, I thought those Zerglings were gonna do more than they really did. I don't know what I was expecting. That's the blink. Alright. Does take quite a bit of cojones to go for the same style, of course. 5 games in a row. But it's pretty cool as well to see that after he lost twice, kind of with that strategy, he stuck with it and then started winning, right? 2 games going into his favor. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, that's surprising. That's quite surprising. Yeah, his queen's already following those oracles, and yeah, those stasis wards, they hit. Was there something else happening at that time? Did I just miss something? I don't think so. That is 7 plus 5 drones. It's like 36 drones in total, isn't it? 5 plus 7. Not mining there for a while. Maybe more? I don't know. Blink about to finish as the +1 is here. Couple of Stalkers. Once again, he's like, you know what? We don't need those sentries. Which, to be fair, you know what? He might not be wrong. Am I seeing this right as well? Is that... Is he making 5 Swarm Hosts? Is he? This is just a crazy game, isn't it? 5 Swarm Hosts versus Blink Stalkers. Huh. Does that work? It feels like you're going Swarm Host versus Bio, you know, in my mind. I don't think it will work. You're just going to be stuck on your own side of the map, trying to use those locusts defensively over and over again. And, I mean, you're playing against Blink Stalkers, so they'll just run away. They'll take another fight right afterwards against your roaches. You're going to be in a bad position because you made Swarm Host. I don't see how this works. Is he gonna try to Nidus as well with this? You'd have to, right? I know he's gonna come back in. Got 2 Swarm Hosts ready to pop. Did he not know he was up against Blink Stalkers again? Is this just gonna end now? No, it's another wave of locusts. Let's see. Will he fight them or will he blink away? A little bit of both. Gets another hatchery, probably. Yeah, he does. Sacrificing a lot of stalkers in the process, though. Wants to get out of there. Another blink, not quite available. He gets a lot of units out of there. Solar supply is tremendous, to be fair. His army supply is double right now. I think Classic may have spent a couple too many units to take out that hatchery. I don't think that was the biggest of deals. But let's see. Let's see, can he hold on here? Swarm Host still quite far away as the roaches and stalkers to make some battle happen. There's the locust. Kind of spreading out the wave a little bit here. Trying to have some go towards the stalkers and the rest of them go towards... Well, they're going towards the mineral line. It looks like stalkers are finding quite a couple of roaches stuck, though, in between themselves once they blink on top of them. And now... Oh, hello, Swarm Host. Hello, hello. Come on. Okay, Classic, get that blink. There we go. Starting to target them down. More roaches coming in as the meat shield. Will there be another one? Okay, no sir, no sir. GG is called. Classic with a reverse all sweep. Out of nowhere.